there's still subsidy to some extent. Because when NNPC buy 899 naira, are you getting me? That's equivalent of 900 naira. You expect NNPC now to give you that same fuel at that amount in Sokoto, but meanwhile they are taking this petrol from Lekki. Auntie, if you are in Lekki, how much will it cost you to from Lekki to Iyanopaja or to Ojota or to Bega or to Badagry or to Magodo, Maryland, Apapa?
Okay.
Let alone leaving Lagos, going to Sokoto. So are you not saying that the government should continue to short? And it is this shortage. It is this shortage that is bringing this bunkering, smuggling. Because when they now subsidize it for you, you now take it outside.
I'm talking about the price at which they are buying from Dangote Refinery, 899.
I'm not expecting that they buy 899.
That they said the federal government have been giving Dangote Refinery crude oil, right? Yes. And this oil is now being refined in Nigeria. Why is petrol still sold at 899 naira to NNPCL and independent marketers?
That is not true. That's what you should know. The crude oil is a world market. It is not individual market. Nigeria have no right to decide how much they are going to sell their crude oil.
To Dangote?
Yes. It is world market. Even Dangote will buy that thing and match. It is not Gary that you can go to a Ejime shop and get to Akpu for 1.5 and go to another place you get one for 1.5. It is not so. Crude oil is sold the same price worldwide. Are you getting me?
Even if we have it here,
yes,
we give to Dangote. Dangote refines here.
The only difference, the advantage now is that just take example of Saudi Arabia. You don't have crude oil as Saudi Arabia. You don't have crude oil as Libya. Half of Libya oil, the one they have in local government, like Kwale own, is more than what you have in Nigeria own. Are you getting me? They have all the refineries there. You cannot sell it below that price. It is not your market. It is an international market. It is an international market. So there's a price for it. The only advantage there is that before, Nigeria would take this crude oil, sell abroad, buy fuel there, and import the fuel here with dollars. So now when you now sell to Dangote, that's the amount. Are you getting me? Now, before they buy in dollar, now it is naira. Sell to Dangote in naira. Dangote refine and give us here. So the cost, the only difference is that the money used to take it abroad and bring it from a foreign country to Nigeria. That is what is out of it. No difference.
All right.
Do not be. There's no difference. It is the money from abroad and bringing it back. That is the difference.
So now that the TUC is calling for the reversal of the price of petrol, we don't see that happening at all. The federal government cannot intervene.
If the federal government remove their hand, that's what NNPC is planning to do now. The thing will just shut up.
So let's just take.
It will rise immediately. Okay.
Because of time, let's move here from that. The Nation puts it, court. Fubara must take budget 2024 to Amewule-led house. The two riders, Court of Appeal dismisses governor's case, and now Rivers heads for Supreme Court. What do you think about this saga? Who is the authentic?
Fubara just have to do the right thing. You cannot, at the house of, take data set for example now. You have 29 members. You don't want, as governor, want to present budget to just 5 members. It's not done. You do not have the quota.
They're claiming that the moment the Amewule-led house, they defected from the PDP, their seats became vacant.
Okay, who said? How possible? Okay, how can 2 members, 5 members, now nullify the number, the existence election of higher numbers? You see, you don't legalize illegality. Fubara just wanted to. We can have a lot of faults, as far as I'm concerned, but Fubara should not legalize illegality, because that is what he's just trying to do. It is not done anywhere.
Okay.
The other guy also did it. What is his name? Edo State Governor, and he succeeded because they've already passed budget before. So it's not done. Fubara should just do what is right by representing it to the House. It means that those local governments are cut off. They are not represented.
Okay, still on the Fubara issue and the River State issue. There's this headline here on the Vanguard that says, deny allocations to local governments where selections were done. Senate tells a federal government. You remember our Arewa youth came out as well to say the same thing, that the federal government should withhold the funds meant for River State because Fubara did not follow the due procedure.
Yes, well, I will agree with that Fubara did not follow the procedure. But what about other states too? This is not the only state where
They talk
Selections
about
were
Benue.
made.
They talk
yes,
about Benue.
it's everywhere.
And-
Even recently, Benue, that a Catholic priest, Abi, is it's everywhere.
Oh.
The Delta Onuko, it's not done. Even in Lagos, in any state you go to, the only one we even see strange was Akwa Ibom, where they gave the Senate president his own local government.
Okay, it's all right.
Until INEC begin to conduct this election by themselves, so that if you remember,
INEC should conduct it themselves.
yes, that is the only way we will get result. When,
It's INEC. It's INEC
Isn't it different
independent.
from, yeah.
It's INEC.
INEC own will still be better.
How
Whether
will it
it's
be
better or not, okay, let me just give you a good example. Edo State here, when Obaseki conducted election a few months ago, even Oshomole's ward, Kompa, Obaseki won it. But when INEC conducted election now, Obaseki could not even deliver his own place. Because people are talking. You can talk when INEC conduct election. Even those our talk are not always clear. But you go election for local government election, you do not go. The result will be announced that day. Somebody came out to tell us here in Rivers State, I know it was chief of staff to Amechi, how he used to announce the result, that he's the one that used to write the result. But you cannot always write like that for INEC. If INEC only is like that, Jonathan will not lose election. If INEC only like that, in Delta State here, APC will not have 2 senators. Okay. If INEC only like that, Obaseki will not lose election in those states. Okay, so let's remove our sentiment and our emotions. INEC is still 60% better than DSEC. DSEC is not an election.
Give INEC 60%.
Yes, okay. It is. You are just dodging the truth.
Okay.
If INEC does not exist the way it is, you will not have ABGA in Abia State. You will not have different parties. You get it in local government elections.
Comrade Ogaga, comrade, calm down. I think because of time, we don't have time. Is on our side today. We'll just end it here for today. We'll resume next week Friday. Thank you so much, Comrade Abel John Good, for joining us on Paper Review this morning. We really appreciate your presence. Thank you. And that is on Paper Review. Please get yourself copies of these newspapers and read up the stories for yourself. It's still Friday's edition of Morning Ride. Coming up shortly is our guest interview segment, so please stay tuned. We'll be back.
My people, una know say to chop plenty fruit and vegetable every time dey help person live long. You no go fit see anything when they give good nutrition when boku pass fruit and vegetable. Fruits and vegetables get plenty vitamins like vitamin A, B, C and E, and other minerals like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, potassium and folic acid. You see, food when contain vegetables and fruit, they help lower blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, prevent some kind cancer, help lower cholesterol level and blood pressure, remove yamayama from your system, protect you from digestion wahala and high problem, come make your skin dey shine muke muke. E good to eat fruits and vegetable every day, and if you even get blender, you fit blend different fruit when you like together to make sweet drink when oyibo dey call smoothie. Now the Delta State Committee of Food and Nutrition and Delta State Ministry of Information now bring una this message.
That first news, that first kick, that first cry, and those first moments put baby to mother's breast right away. That first yellowish milk, colostrum, has the nutrients baby needs to grow healthy, strong, and sharp. Ask your health worker to put your baby to the breast within the first hour.
Start strong. Zero water exclusive breastfeeding for better future.
This message is from the Delta State Committee on Food and Nutrition and the Delta State Ministry of Information.
It's hot. It's something new. It's Event 360. Are you a minister of the gospel, a co-proprietor, a producer, corporate body, a financial institution, small and medium enterprise, NGO, or are you interested in owning a business of your own and running it successfully? Then join us on Event 360 every Sunday at 7 p.m. on Delta Television, channels 25, 41 and Star Times on channel 115. Event 360 is designed to showcase your social events as well as to advertise your goods, services and ideas from Monday to Friday, with presentation on Sunday at 7 p.m. For sponsorship, event coverage and participation, please call Tony on 0803 406 4079. Grace on 0806 974 8133. Event 360, a platform for all-round participation. Join us.
Welcome to our guest interview segment on Friday's edition of Morning Ride. Today we are celebrating the International Day of the Girl Child, a day set aside to recognize and advocate for the rights of girls around the world. This year's theme is Girls' Vision for the Future, and we will be discussing the important topic of reinforcing the future of the girl child. Joining us today to explore this theme are two distinguished guests. First, I have Isioma Kawekune. All right. Isioma Kawekune is from the Team Ignite Academy, an academy that is dedicated to empowering and educating things for the future. And we also have Ambassador Tina Uche, the chairperson of Family Values, Renaissance and Empowerment Initiatives, an organization committed to promoting family values and empowering women and girls. Ladies, welcome to Morning Ride. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, what does International Day of the Girl Child mean to you both personally and in your respective organizations? I'll start with you.
All right. So, International Day of the Girl Child, it's a day that has been set aside to celebrate the girl child, to celebrate her future, her resilience, her challenges, and foster ways with which we can promote the girl child.
Okay. Ambassador Tina.
Just the same. I'll be talking more of as an advocate,
Okay.
and then maybe you're going to include that I'm a human rights activist. So I'll be talking about the things that are expected.
But what does this day mean to you personally?
Remembering the Nigerian girl child, let us come home. Remember the girl child, the right of the girl child, and how far with all this right when we talk about the right to education, to health, equality, how far with these rights?
Okay, so you said today is about remembering the girl child, and people now, viewers are aware that today is International Girl Child Day. So someone is asking, how can society be involved in this? Apart from knowing today's International Girl Child Day, let's celebrate this. How can we be involved to frame the girl child into who she's meant to be in society?
Let's start from the family. We have to start reorientating our parents from the home, because when a girl child is born and a boy child is born, there are some preferences. A girl should be doing this, a girl should be doing this, and the boy should be staying more with the father to watch TV and to go and play football. We have to start from the home. And from that time, that mentality of inferiority have been built inside that girl. So we have to start from the home to let the parents know that there's no much difference between the girl child and the boy child. Maybe I will stop from there.
Okay.
For now.
Isioma, how do you see this year's theme, Girls' Vision for the Future? And then at the Teen Ignite Academy, how are you helping girls envision and achieve their future goals and dreams?
So, I think I so much love this year's theme, the Girls' Vision for the Future. I always ask my mentees, when you look at the mirror, who do you see? Who do you see now? Who do you see in the next 10 years? Do you see somebody who's just there? Somebody who is just the average? You're just there because they say you're a girl. You adapt to all the status quo. You're just living because others are doing it. You want to do it. What makes you stand out? What makes you unique? Now, when I meet girls in Teen Ignite Academy, we help girls build confidence. Now, the essence of this confidence is so you know that you can be whoever, you can become whatever you want to become, whoever you want to become. It's achievable. It's achievable. All you have to do is just envision it, work towards it. It's achievable.
Okay. Still on you, Isioma. So, what do you think are some of the common challenges that these teenagers, because the truth is, especially in this generation, when you see the Gen Zs, they are not looked at with, they don't have good PR, so to say. So what do you think are some of these challenges that frame them into, because when people see them are like, these things will someday become mothers. And like she said, starting from the family. And if a teen is not properly bred, she will become an irresponsible mother, which affects the family and affects the child or children that come from such family. So what are the common challenges that they face? Then, ma'am, you tell us what can be done to frame them into better women in society.
Okay. First of all, I'll start from one of the biggest challenges we have now is poor parenting. It's coming from the home because these children, the home is just a small unit of the society. So these children are coming from the home, and whatever they pick from the home, they take to the society. Now, one of the major issues we had with teenagers is low self-esteem and peer pressure. Now, low self-esteem, you're not confident, so I need you to support me. I need your input to do something.
Validation.
I need you to validate me. That's one. Then peer pressure, everybody is doing it. Everybody is doing it, so I have to do it.
So, Ambassador Uche, so to pick up from the peer pressure and
Low self-esteem.
And what should be done?
Peer pressure is outside. I'm going back to the foundation. As a growing child, my father told me that if you demand or ask a man something, he has every right to ask you for something. And I grew up with that mentality to the extent that during courtship, to get married to my husband, I never demanded even handkerchief. But what are we seeing today? So back to the home, you talk about pressure, the pressure group is outside, the parental pressure. Parents now, you see, you can't give what you don't have. The kind of parenting we have these days is a word that I wouldn't want to use on. The parents are putting so much pressure. Underage children are breadwinners. Go out in this street at 7 p.m.
how you read and how parents are sending their children out.
The
Yeah.
parents now are in support of whatever. Because when you interview them, the first question we ask, are your parents aware? In those days, you can't stay as a single person, you can't stay on your own, even if you're working. They want you to attach to an uncle or to auntie. You must stay with a family member. Even in those days, men don't feel comfortable getting married to somebody who is on her own. But things have changed. So the parental pressure, that's why I say we have to go back to the home. The parents are putting so much pressure, comparing their children with the outside ones. You will see what is happening in Intel.
Okay. So now that we know these challenges that you've mentioned, what is the way forward? What does your organization do to help the girl child? And as an advocate, what do you do to help the girl child?
When we get the information about these girls, we invite their parents to talk to them, because some come on their own to say, this is what I'm going through. My parents want me to do what others are doing. We get across to the parents, to see how we can work out things. But we find out that they so much depend on the children, the parents. It's just like the ones that, doing all sorts of things on the internet. So the mother called, because we got across a call. He said, Mommy, do you want the money allowance I send to you on monthly basis? Do you want it to stop? He said, no. He said, that exposure is what is paying me.
Okay, Isioma, please. What do you think is the solution to these obstacles, this peer pressure, societal expectations from the girl child? What should be done to really nip this in the bud?
I think we should still go back to the roots. It all has to start from the parents, from the home. The home is a small unit of the society. So if we must correct the abnormalities in the society, we must start from the home. If your home is good and mine is good and the next person's home is good, the society will be good. So let's start talking to parents. Let's start reorienting parents. Then we can now help the girls. Because if as I am now, I'm a teen coach. Now, if I'm mentoring a girl and enough effort is not coming from the home, I'm just wasting my time. It's just like teaching a child in school. If you like, say everything, jump, use all the method. If no corresponding effort is coming from the home, you're wasting your time.
Okay, but you also have an opportunity, like it or not, to influence them. You might argue that you don't have major influence on them, but in line with DCSD, girls' vision for the future, what kind of vision do you paint for these your mentees, so that they can know that there's a great future? Because Ambassador Uche, when she started, she was talking about how to mold them from the family and all of that, how they are brought up, how the men are given preference and later. So what kind of vision do you paint for them to know that they are worth everything? I remember growing up, my mom used to tell me that during their time, even the ladies, education is not important. They don't make it seem important. They don't make ladies yearn for education as much as they push it. So what kind of vision are you using your academy to paint for this thing?
So we put up the pictures, the pictures of people, women who have broken glass ceilings. We have people like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Chimamanda is there, Chimamanda Adichie, and a couple of others. You want these women, you want to be like them, or you want to be like the ones selling by the roadside or begging by the roadside. I remember sometime last year, I was in one rural community and I was speaking to them. I said, your future is in your hands. It's left for you to decide what you want to do with it. Now, who do you want to be? How do you want your life to be? Look at yourself. Where are you going to? There are a lot of things I can't do now. Those were the orientations I had because of the orientations I had growing up. I say it on my Facebook. I say one word like this. My mom will not. In fact, you don't even think about it. So she painted our future. This is where you are going to. Should in case you find yourself this way, you'll be able to retrace your step. So we help them to look at the future, decide which one, because at the end of the day, it's left for them to decide. Decide which one you want for yourself.
Okay, Ambassador Tina, what advocacy programs does your organization have in place to combat issues like child marriage and gender-based violence?
Okay, my organization, Family Values, is in collaboration and in partnership with the Ministry of Women Affairs. So I take my lead from them, because whenever there's issue, I go for intervention of rape, child abuse, and domestic violence. So whenever there's just like this period, whatever we put in, that is whatever program we put in, that is they put in place, then I'll be able to amplify it. So from time to time, we go to the rural areas, and at times we organize workshop. Mainly, I'm so particular about the home, the parents, So, and that is why I want to use this opportunity to talk to the government. We should do more. Like today, we're supposed to have a lot of, activity. Somebody called me this morning. I said I've been called to come to DBS. He said any other state activities. I was quiet on that. So we can't do much because we don't have the fund, because some of these things. Do you know that when you come out for campaign, if you get some group of people involved, they ask you what is there for us. What is there for us?
Every year we celebrate International Day of the Girl Child, and we have organizations like Ambassador Tina's organization that are there to advocate for women. Do you think that over the years we've created enough awareness for the girl child? We've been able to inspire the girl child to really stand up and be who she really wants to be? Because she mentioned issues like rape, child marriage, gender-based violence. When you read newspapers every day, you see that these issues are still going on. So to a large extent, do you think these issues have reduced due to the awareness that we created every year? Every year we celebrate the International Day of the Girl Child, but we still see these things, these societal vices being meted out of the girl child.
No, we've not created enough awareness.
We've not created enough awareness.
We have not. The government, individual organizations, we have not. And there's something my organization is doing. I think sometime last week we kickstart a program, body safety education, and I'm championing it. So we're going to schools, talking to pupils. Now we're in primary school, talking to pupils about their own safety. It's not only girls now, because girls are not the only ones who are being abused.
Yeah, boys.
So we go to talk to them about body safety. And in my organization, our core is sex education. Somebody may want to ask, how does sex education concern? Sex education, we don't, because when you say sex education, somebody is going to think, oh, they're talking about intercourse. No, we're talking about family value. We're talking about building integrity. We're talking about a whole lot. It's like an umbrella covering a whole lot. So that's where we are tackling it from. But when it comes to awareness, we have not even begun.
Okay, so Ambassador Uche, I'm glad that you have affiliations with government, Ministry of Women Affairs. Now, looking at government, do you think that women have enough representation in government? Because now you're talking about activities on the International Day of the Girl Child. It's not really out there. Do you think that even Nigeria as a country has enough legislation supporting the girl child, supporting the women?
I don't know. I don't know how to tackle that. We don't have enough representative as far as women are concerned. But Delta State is trying. We keep on improving, but we can do more. We don't have enough. One thing is for you to have the law. Another thing is enforcement. Let me talk about, because I'm not so particular about my area, advocacy against rape. We have the this thing against rape. But what of the enforcement? Do you know that in some areas they are still settling rape cases, and that is, it bleeds my heart. Somebody that's supposed to be in jail, then they will go and settle. So government should do more. Government should do more. Those people that settle rape cases, that is the parents, because when they threat, these people are poor. Who is raping a president's daughter? It's always the less privileged. they poor. So they will go and settle. They will say, in your life, have you seen 50,000? They will go and settle. So that is where I want the government to do more. That anybody that want to even negotiate about settling defilement, settling rape, the person, whoever, should be, the law is there, but enforcement. That is the area I want the government to do more.
Isioma, your academy, Teen Ignite Academy, is it strictly just for teenagers that are girls?
No,
Girls and boys.
it's for boys and girls. We have the one for kids as well.
Okay. My question now is, how can boys and men, be part of this advocacy for the vision and the rights of girls? How can boys and men be allies in supporting the vision and the rights and protecting the rights of girls?
Okay. One thing I discovered, fathers are proud when their girls, when their children, their daughters are doing well. So if my husband can go out there and talk to people, why is your kid not going to school? Your child needs to be in school. Share the importance of children being in school. Pay school fees for some children, for girls to go back to school. Talk to the girls you see on the streets. We are doing it.
So, Emma, even as we to round up, both questions, both of you should attempt both questions, attempt this question. So, now, to come out to speak up. Maybe intimidation and the stigma and be like, oh, this lady, she's 15 years, she's no longer a virgin. So how do you handle that for the things that open up to you, or the ones that become reclusive and you begin to sense that something is going on with this person? How do you handle that?
All right. So when we observe that a child or a teenager has issue, if you allow the child to just be like that, the child is going to suffer from low self-esteem, gross one, and the child is going to retreat. So withdrawal syndrome is very, very bad when it comes to teenagers. That's one of it. And this withdrawal syndrome can lead to addiction. That's where substance addiction begins to come in. That's where masturbation begins to come in, and every other vices. So when we see this, we begin to mentor. That's where that mentorship comes in. One-on-one counseling. You tell the child, you're not the only one. You share stories of women who have been raped and recovered, and one-on-one follow-up until the child has forgotten. The trauma is still there, so you begin to tackle the trauma, because if it's not tackled, if it's not handled on time, there will be a problem.
So Ambassador Uche, I want you to narrow your own down to the family, because we've heard stories and seen stories where fathers abuse their children. So how, and you're an advocate, so how do you deal with this? It's my dad, I don't want to go out. Even the mom sometimes will be aware, I want to shut the daughter down.
That's why I said the home. There's a woman in a particular state, she was ostracized because she spoke out. The husband abused the biological daughter, not even a stem. And she spoke out, and the whole family came against the woman. So, at enlightenment, we say we've not started. We cannot overemphasize enlightenment back to the family, because that is increasing. Fathers abusing their own daughters. So we have to.
So how do you defend women like that?
We have facility, because they'll be chased out, and we have a temporary holding for such, and we have to advocate. That is, we have to go back to the family. We have to go back to the family to try as much as possible, and that is why I say the government should do more. And I want to use this opportunity. We have a lot to do, but no sponsorship. So that people should come out. Government cannot do it alone. We private individuals, corporate organizations, because we have to reach out to the remote areas.
Okay, Isioma, what would be your message to a young girl who's watching us right now and she's just there thinking about her future? What would be your message to her?
All right. So every young girl watching me right now, you have what it takes to become. You have what it takes to make your dream come through. You just need to be confident. You need to be resilient. You need to learn to overcome obstacles. And there's no easy route to anywhere. So you're going to fight your battles, you're going to win, and you're going to become.
Okay, how can members of the public and, you know, our viewer support you in your advocacy and your fight to create awareness about the rights of the girl child?
All right, so welcome to sponsorship from individuals, from governments. We are currently running a campaign on body safety for children, telling them how to protect themselves by themselves, why they should protect themselves, because the school is not doing enough. The parents barely know what to say to these children. So we are doing it. We support us. We have some materials out there. You can support us to distribute the materials to these children for free. And for the girl child, you can support us by talking to the girl child, by helping us whenever you see them doing something wrong, correct them. They are all our kids.
Okay. Ambassador Tina Uche, what will be your message to that young girl who's watching you right now and she's thinking about herself, thinking about her future and how she can make it?
We are open for counseling and therapy. They should feel free to contact us through the means, through the avenues that they see it, they see us, just like DBS, for instance. And I have a program on radio, on radio every Wednesday, so they can always reach us to talk, because some of them are very far away from their parents. So we are free for counseling and therapy. And for the ones that are abused and defied by their close relations, that the family will team up to tell them, you dare not speak, they can always reach us.
All right, thank you so much. We've been talking to Isioma Kawekume from Team Ignite Academy and Ambassador Tina Uche, the chairperson of Family Values, Resilience and Empowerment Initiatives. Thank you so much for coming in Morning Light. I admire your passion to empower young girls, and we do pray that God empowers you more and you get the necessary support that you need to keep pushing for the rights of the girl child. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
As we celebrate the International Day of the Girl Child, let's join hands together as a community to uplift the voices of young girls in our society. As we wrap up, Ogaga.
All right, it's International Day of the Girl Child. This is a clarion call to every Nigerian out there, be you male or female, to support the girl child. Let's make society conducive, comfortable, and make them confident females amongst us. It's I, Ogaga Ekama, thanking you so much for your time.
Once again, I would say let us enable these girls. Let's try to enable the girl child to envision their future and create the future that they deserve. Thank you so much for joining us on Friday's edition of Morning Light. On behalf of the production crew, I am Blessing Usia, but I'm wishing you a productive and a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.